Hello, I'm Sheena Simpson. Like every woman, her identity is important to her. So when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s in Leeds, I didn't always see women who looked like me in the mainstream media. There's an exhibition here at Abbey House Museum in Kirkstall called How Do I Look? And looks at issues of identity and has key artefacts from the black community.
Okay, we've got various items that actually have travelled through the line of when we arrived in the UK. So you've got the hair straightening comb there, which I think is fondly known as the ironing comb.
I remember that.
My name's Heather Nelson. I'm the Chief Exec of BHI, which is Black Health Initiative, and it's Black Health Initiative's exhibition. And the exhibition got together through the young people as part of our teenage health and wellbeing programme. We're living in a country that depicts beauty as one size, and unfortunately it's not that. So, you know, we have the Caucasian European look where people are trying to fit into a size 0. And we have young black women, South Asian women, who are looking at fair skin and thinking, well, I want that fair skin, I want that Caucasian hair, I want the blue eyes. Unfortunately, through trying to get that beauty, they're actually self-harming. So they'll use things like bleaching creams to lighten the skin. They're putting honey in the eyes to make the eyes lighter, give them hazel eyes. So as you can appreciate, all those have medical impact, but also it has a psychological impact, because if you're aiming to get something that you'll never be able to achieve and you're also self-harming, it could start off a downward spiral, depression, mental ill health, etc. And then at the other end of the spectrum you have individuals who are wearing weaves, wigs and other hair extensions. Not a problem, because I don't believe that your hair is your identity. You know, fortunately for us, we can put on a wig and be curly haired one day and then wear a weave the next. So that's not a problem. It's when it becomes self-harming, when you have individuals who put the weaves on people's head, don't know what they're doing, and end up giving them tension, alopecia, which means they end up bald. So, you know, it's about looking at how we depict beauty and how we encourage people to embrace their own identity.
I went to visit Heather Newell, owner of Creative Hairdressing in Leeds. She's been working in the hair and beauty business for over 30 years.
It was difficult when I first started to train with to do hairdressing, because you found that a lot of the things that I wanted to learn, like the weaving, the techniques, the plaiting, which we were doing from a really young age anyway, there was nothing incorporated in the course for us. There wasn't anything about how to use curling tongs. There wasn't anything about the products that we needed to use because of the type of hair that we've got. They haven't really fully studied our hair type. You'll find they have in America and maybe other countries and maybe even London, but when you get to the north now, you see that they haven't studied our hair type, and obviously it's really difficult. I don't know why they haven't, but I think this is the reason why they struggle when you do go into a salon that don't specialise in black hair, because it's not incorporated in the courses.
So how have young people been engaging in the exhibition?
They relate to it, especially sort of like the hot iron comb. It's been really interesting to sort of like see in the community sort of gallery space young people's reactions when they've kind of come in. So for example, the Getaway Girls, who are based in Hare Hills, they're a project sort of like, and predominantly sort of like Asian and black young women that attend the project, and they've come in and sort of like the giggles that they've shared and sort of like sort of like the memories that they've shared of their parents, you know, sort of like using these combs and sort of, and their grandparents as well, and looking at some of the images and photographs. Some of them actually know the community members of the photographs that were shot of some of the men from Hare Hills as well. So again, that's been really, really good. I think from an audience sort of development perspective, it's been really useful because it's been so interesting, and especially sort of like for different, you know, sort of like young people that maybe aren't represented in the museum, it's been really, really good for them to actually come in and sort of see, well, these objects are really important to me, they're part of my history, they're part of my heritage, so there is something there for them.
The pictures on like Twitter and Facebook, like you aspire to be kind of them models, but in realistic, it's not kind of reality. So that's a big one, a big effect.
And how has it helped you being part of this, the initiative that's been going on here?
To accept yourself for who you are and learn to love yourself for your natural beauty, really.
From speaking to people at the museum and within the community, things have changed to some extent, but there's still a long way to go.